Hey folks, Pat here with a couple of announcements at the top of the episode. We are doing something a little different for the next couple weeks. Right now, we are currently working on producing the next few sessions of the main campaign, and so instead, we will be releasing 2 episodes of a standalone one-shot with Frankie Page and George as players and myself in the driver's seat. This game is run using one of my favorite systems called Monster of the Week, which is a modern-day monster hunting game that is inspired by shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Supernatural, X-Files, that kind of thing. Thank you to Evil Hat Productions and specifically Mark Tigert, I hope I got that right, for writing this mystery that I have adapted. If you like this kind of stuff, please go to evilhatproductions.com for more. Also, this episode will be released in 2 parts, with the second half released next week. But if you want to get the second part early, go subscribe to our Patreon. This is actually one of several one-shots we have recorded, each with their own characters and flavors, so if you like what you hear, consider checking it out. So with all that said, enjoy the episode. Welcome back to the Dead Dragon Society After Dark. I have once again usurped the throne from Frankie, and am playing the role of Dungeon Master tonight. I tricked him through a series of genie-like monkey's paw riddles, such that he has given up the throne to me for the evening.
It was brutal.
I lost so badly.
I also have his bank account.
Ooh, send me $50.
Certainly, yes.
Like I have $50.
He doesn't have it.
Okay, today we are running a probably 2-shot game called Monster of the Week. This is a game that is set in a completely different universe from our mainline Dungeons & Dragons Dead Dragon Society campaign. This is set in the modern day where we have a group of monster hunters that are keeping humanity safe from things that go bump in the night so that they can continue on their blissfully unaware lives. How this game works is I'm going to describe a situation. The players are going to say how they're going to react in that situation, and chances are that is going to fall under one of the hunter moves. As a hunter, here is your agenda. 1, you're going to act like the hero in this story because you are. Number 2, you're going to make your own destiny. You're going to find the damn monsters and stop them. And you're going to play your hunter like a real person. So with that in mind, when you are trying to act inside of the scene, chances are it's going to fall into one of the basic moves. These moves are kick some ass, act under pressure, help out, investigate a mystery, manipulate someone, protect someone, read a bad situation, use magic, or maybe big magic, maybe not. You're going to roll 2d6 and add one of your attributes to it, at which point I will tell you what will happen and we'll proceed with the scene. I will describe something, you'll react to it, and so on and so forth. If you miss, there are 2 options. 1, you can add a point of experience to your character sheet. If you fill up your experience bar, then you can level up, and there are certain rules for leveling up depending on each class. Alternatively, I am going to take a hard move against you. Sometimes this can result in harm, where you take a point of damage on a scale of 0 to 8. Hey listeners, quick note I mentioned to the players off mic but didn't mention to you is that each player has 3 luck points that they can use to turn a failure into a complete success. Normally in a long campaign they would have 7, but this is a one-shot, so I gave them 3. These luck points are permanent, such that if they use all of them, then fate has turned against them and their life as a monster hunter will become much, much harder. Anyway, back to the episode. Other things that are important about this game is that this is a very narrative-first game, not necessarily a mechanics-first game, but there are mechanics to make this interesting and fun. With that being said, I have already filled out some of your character sheets. Why don't we start with Paige? Paige, do you have a name for your character yet?
I do. All right. I'll be playing Jan Doe. No E's, because there's no easy way through this life of monster hunting.
Hell yeah.
And I will be playing the mundane character.
Wonderful. Can you tell me what your moves are that I have marked for you under your moves section with little X's in the boxes?
Sure can. I have the panic button. When you need to escape, name the route. Try a roll. If you succeed, no danger. If you semi-succeed, we'll have some options.
Okay.
And what could go wrong? Whenever you charge into immediate danger without hedging your bets, hold 2. And there's some options.
Wonderful. We can leave it at that. That's actually such a perfect way to summarize those. What is under your gear page?
I have a small handgun and nunchucks.
Hell yeah. All right. Point of clarification. Do you pronounce them nunchucks or numchucks?
It depends on the context and how dumb I would like to come across.
Okay, wonderful.
How many times I've hit myself with them.
Can you remind me of that name?
Yeah, Jan Doe, like Jane Doe, but no ease, because there's no easy way through this life of monster hunting.
Under your look, can you please fill that out for me? It might be on the back side of your sheet. There's a thing. It'll just be like pick one from each list.
Oh, I see. I see it now. I am going to say androgynous, serious face, and normal clothes. I do like that it is normal versus casual clothes, though. I don't really know how much of a difference I'm going to go with normal clothes.
Okay, and then we will come back to you when we get to the introductions phase, which is extremely fun because the best part of this game is that a integral part of creating characters is figuring out how you know each other instead of just finding yourselves in a tavern like every other game. George, can you go next, please?
Yes, I am playing Pierce. You said moves?
Yeah.
All right. So my moves are, it wasn't as bad as it looked. Once per mystery, you may attempt to keep going despite your injuries. Roll plus cool. On a 10 plus, heal 2 harm and stabilize your wounds. On a 7 to 9, you may either stabilize or heal 1 harm. On a miss, it was worse than it looked. The keeper may inflict a harm move on you or make your wounds unstable.
Wonderful. In this game, keeper is the same as dungeon master. What else you got, George?
I got the man with the plan. At the beginning of each mystery, roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, hold 2. On a 7 to 9, hold 1. Spend the hold to be where you need to be, prepared and ready. On a miss, the keeper holds 1 that they can spend to put you in the worst place, unprepared and unready.
Wonderful. And I think one thing that I forgot to mention is Paige is playing the mundane, Pierce. George is playing the expert. All right, George, can you tell me what kind of gear you have?
Ooh-wee. I have a cold iron sword, a magical dagger, and a magnum.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Can you go through your look and tell me what you look like?
I am going to go with a stern-faced man with tailored clothes.
Wonderful. And then at that point, you should be at introductions, and we will come back to you for that. Frankie, you're next. Frankie is playing the Spellslinger.
Hi, everybody. I'm Frankie. I'm playing the Spellslinger. My character's name is Jonk, the Junkyard Spellslinger. Please use the Spellslinger.
Hang on. All right, Spellslinger.
Jonk, the Junkyard Spellslinger.
Slinger. Just a little behind the scenes. In my notebook, I have like Paige, Jando, in brackets mundane, George, Pierce, in brackets expert, I have Frankie, Jonk, the Junkyard Spellslinger, in brackets Spellslinger. Okay, Frankie, what are your moves that I have marked out for you?
My moves are enchanted clothing. Pick an article of everyday clothing. It's enchanted. Without any without any change in appearance, take -1 harm from any source that tries to get at you through the garment.
Frankie, what is your garment going to be?
It's a barrel.
I have like a hard hat in my head.
Oh, yeah, it looks like junkyard. And you're like, he works there. I'm like, he lives there.
I was thinking living there, so I'm going to say... Oh, man. Give me a second. I got this.
Yeah, take your time.
I know exactly what it is. My right tooth is actually a golden tooth. That is going to be my...
Your right tooth?
Yeah, like,
As in,
Yeah.
you only have a left and a right tooth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He only has 2 teeth.
Okay, you have resistance against getting punched in the mouth. Okay, what else do you have for moves? I think we just did one.
Not my fault. +1 to act under pressure when you are dealing with the consequences of your own spell casting.
Oh my god.
And then third eye. When you read a bad situation, you can open up your third eye for a moment to take in extra information. Take a +1 hold on any result of a 7 or more. Plus, you can see invisible things. On a miss, you may still get a 1 hold, but you're exposed to supernatural danger. Unfiltered hidden reality is rough on the mind.
That's true.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Frankie. Frankie, what do you have for gear?
I don't really know what rumpled clothes are.
Rumpled clothes are like clothes that are like wrinkly and like unkempt and kind of like fraying at the edges.
You are very familiar with rumpled clothes, actually. It's someone who does your laundry.
I'm definitely. I do my laundry.
Someone who folds your laundry.
Rumpled clothes. That's probably what I'm at. I'm a man, rumpled clothes, and I have sparkling eyes.
Oh wow. Sparkling
tooth.
eyes, 2 teeth, and
One
dirty
sparkling
clothes.
tooth.
Eyes. Okay, fantastic. We are now going to do introductions.
Actually, can I make a quick change?
Sure, whatever you want.
Can I do old-fashioned clothes?
Certainly. Old-fashioned clothes, gold tooth, smell like carpet.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so now we're going to do introductions. We're going to figure out how you guys know each other. Also, I think, George, in terms of gear, I think I put van, or wait, no, maybe it was,
It's me. I have a van.
yeah, Paige is a van. Okay, good to know.
I have Haven.
Right, Haven. Okay, so that is an important thing about the expert that I forgot to go over. In the back of Paige's van is where you keep your like expert stuff. Is where you keep your
Fucking
library.
perfect.
Is where you keep your
Workshop.
your workshop. That's right. That have all the effects that are listed there.
So you didn't pick a third option, so I went ahead and picked protection spells.
Cool.
So it's safe from monsters they cannot enter.
I love that.
I did not know it was a van, or else I might have chosen something else, but
I also have a ritual knife.
Okay, excellent.
nice. I love how you're playing the spell slinger, but it sounds more like you're playing the crazy one. What was the one, the conspiracy theorist?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. The flake.
Yeah, the flake.
Okay, so now we're going to get into introductions. We're going to figure out how you all know each other. So, starting with Paige, starting with Jan Doe, you are going to look at Pierce and you're going to look at Jonk, and you are going to choose one from your history options to assign to each of them. So, for example, if I was playing the flake, which I have here, I would say Pierce, they're somehow tied into it all. You've been keeping an eye on them, right? So why don't you go ahead?
I really like the idea of that I'm good friends with both of them, but Pierce I ran into at the grocery store, and we were buying the same brand of cereal. And I, like a psychopath, started a conversation in line about how we were buying the same brand of cereal and basically just forced my friendship upon him. And I actually met Jonk, the junkyard spell slinger, at the junkyard because after I was running errands that day and ran into Pierce, who I've decided I'm friends with, I was dropping off, Goodwill didn't want an old table of mine, and so I was dropping it off at the junkyard. And Jonk crawled out of whatever pile he lives in and struck up conversation about this table and wanted the table. And I was like, yeah, that's why I'm here, It's junk that I don't need. And then he forced his friendship upon me. And this was probably last week.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Are those under your history options of you're just buds with them?
Good friends. Tell them if it's from way back or recently.
Okay, excellent.
The most mundane things possible. Grocery store and junkyard.
Okay, Pierce, you are going to do the same to Jan and Jonk.
So
Under your history options.
I already picked. Yep. So Jan starts up a conversation with me, and we're talking about bread, and she likes the exact same kind of bread as I do, so I take her as my apprentice. I know she's gonna make it. It's rye bread, by the way.
Rye bread. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Actually, we're gonna incorporate that. It was Raisin Bran cereal.
Oh God.
It was fibrous.
The most arcane and occult of all the cereals.
Raisin Bran cereal. Yes, it was Raisin Bran.
Then how do you know
cereal.
Jonk?
Jonk, funnily enough, we were taught by the same master. Ask them how it ended. So, Jonk, how did that end?
Oh my.
Oh, he's doing a voice.
So listen here. We were doing our thing. We were out there. We were. That's not the voice I wanted.
I was about to start playing the banjo for you.
Let's have a blast. Okay, so our relationship, it comes from a while ago. It's not that here. Our old master, our old confidant, our old buddy, our old friend, he came up and he had two kind of ideals in his head. One was good, one was bad. Clearly, we each had to choose one. I chose the one that, of course, was the good one. He had to choose the bad one. It was whether or not Kraft cheese deserves to be on a burger. And by God, I think it does. And this man said it doesn't. He thinks that it needs to be a normal cheddar
Kraft
cheese.
cheese?
Yes.
How dare you?
No. You know exactly.
It's too processed. You need good cheese.
It melts so much better. Anyway, he told us that we had to choose one together. We didn't. And that was the end of our training.
Ah, yes, your old master, Chaz the Burger Flipper at McDonald's. Master of arcane secrets and also the deep fryer.
Which I think is actually Arcane Secrets.
It certainly is. All right, Jonk, how do you know Jan?
Okay.
Oh, wait, did you? Yeah, so you did Jan. You did. Yeah, okay. Jonk, how do you know these people?
How Jonk knows Pierce. I thought you were dead. And now you're back. What killed you?
What monsters are in this world?
Anything from mythology, anything from folklore. I'm talking Sasquatches, Mothmans, skunk apes, aliens, whatever you like.
You ate Kraft cheese and you're lactose intolerant.
No, so he thought I was dead. But when I got bit, it was actually ketchup that came out. I covered my neck with it so that the vampires can't get a good grip. And he left me there for dead.
Yeah. I thought he was dead.
But you reconnected. Amazing. How do you know Jan?
Okay, Jan. Man. They
Thank you.
are my on again, off again love interest. What keeps us apart?
Kraft cheese. I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh my God.
Okay, I have in my notes that Jonk is in a situationship with Jan.
And what keeps us together is our undying love for the same cereal.
Raisin Bran.
The best can.
In a situationship with Jan with respect to Raisin Bran. Oh, bars. Okay, and that
All of
is...
these took a really weird turn.
No, I love it. This game's all about the weird. Okay, so we will now begin. The story begins with the three of you careening around a corner at top speed in Jan's van. Jan, you are behind the wheel, and you come flying around the corner and skidding as you make a sharp, 90-degree turn, and you change gears and floor it forward. You are driving so fast that you are more like aiming than you are driving at this point. While this is happening, and you look in the rearview mirror, a small, acid, dragon comes careening just around that same corner from where you come, spitting acid in the forest surrounding you, leaving like large holes in the tree line. Jan, you are focused on driving right now. Meanwhile, Jonk and Pierce, you are in the back, inside your sanctuary, pouring through tomes of the things that you know about this monster. Pierce, can you roll me your, whatever it is, the thing at the beginning?
The man with the plan?
The man with the plan. Roll man with a plan, please.
Ooh, 12.
A full success. Okay, so maybe just at the top of your sheet.
Actually, 13.
13, right on. Just write 2 hold, such that at any point in the mystery, you can, as you said, put yourself where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that twice. I'm going to wait for Frankie to sit back down before I ask him what he's going to do.
Are we doing D6s?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to say that you are sort of hanging out the side of the window, looking back at this thing, trying to figure out how you're going to calm it down or, contain it from destroying the van and the remainder of the forest that you are driving through. What do you do?
All right. Wait, wrong voice. Oh, wait. It's going to be very simple. I'm going to cast a spell that binds creatures. Super simple, super fire, keep everything up for hire. And you then hear me just kind of hear like a
Oh, I forgot to mention, what is your arcane focus?
fire.
But is it a lighter?
Yeah, it's a lighter. You hear like a
What kind?
you hear like a
I don't mean to keep interrupting you. What kind of lighter? Is it a Zippo? Is it like a shitty little Bic that you got from the gas station?
No, you know what? It's going to be a super nice gold Zippo, exactly like my tooth that was handed down to me from my father.
I love that.
With a
Sorry.
tooth-shaped hole.
With a tooth, it has a tooth, a diamond tooth engraved into it. No, it's a real tooth. It's my tooth.
Ew.
Okay, so you have your real tooth engraved into your lighter and a gold tooth where that tooth used to be.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So you are currently hanging out the side of this van as you are whipping down this forest highway, bouncing along in the dirt, and you're fucking around with your Zippo, trying to get it to do some magic. Continue.
So I'm holding by my feet, and you see me flick the Zippo, and the light comes off, and something lights in my hand, and you just hear like a tss, and I then throw it, and it's clearly a bomb. And it lands and then just explodes in fiery.
We'll see if it does. Roll plus weird. You can use magic.
8, 9.
On a 7 to 9, it works imperfectly. Choose your effect and choose a glitch. I will choose what the effect the glitch has. Your effects should be under the use magic page, under the moves. So on the second sheet actually of the basic moves. Next one. There it is. Use magic on the left-hand side. Okay. So your effects: inflict harm, enchant a weapon, do one thing that is beyond human limitations, place a bar or a portal to a specific person or type of creature, bar a place or a portal to a specific person or type of creature, trap a specific person, minion, or monster, banish a spirit or curse it from the banish a spirit or curse it, summon a monster into the world, communicate with something that you do not share a language with, observe another place or time, heal 1 harm, and then you see the effects on the glitches under there too. What do you choose?
Oh, so okay. I see how this works. Trap a specific person, minion, or monster.
Okay, and what's your glitch?
I get to pick the glitch.
You get to pick the glitch. I get to pick what that means.
The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention.
Okay. So I will say, while you are careening down this forest road, you're bouncing around. Pierce is sort of slamming around in the trunk, just trying to
I'm
trying to
picturing
read.
like an old Sprinter van.
Yeah, old Sprinter van. You got it. And you let this bomb go. That is, sorry, what was your effect again?
I think it was a trap a specific person, minion, or monster.
As the bomb explodes, it actually explodes into a bunch of almost hard light constrictors, like bungee cords that wrap around the dragon, wings and all, and it careens through the forest, knocking down a bunch of trees. And you see that there is a group of what would you call it? Summer camp kids.
Oh.
Like
Oh, no.
the dragon just levels this like particular grove that is near a summer camp.
It's
And
a group of EPA summer camp kids.
yeah. And they're currently playing like capture the flag. And all of a sudden, woof, they see this dragon go by that is currently constricted. And they're looking at this sprinter van that is continuing to careen down the road. The dragon is currently bound and unable to move. Jan, what do you do?
I am going to slam some gears in the sprinter van, turn around to go towards the dragon so that we can kill it.
Okay. You turn around. I'm just going to say that you do that because you know how to drive a car. And you pull up next to this writhing dragon that is just constricted, and you've been at this for hours. This dragon you are almost empty on gas, and this dragon has you, and you hear a little chirp over the radio. Centaur 2-4, this is home base. Did you get the dragon? Did you get the target?
I'm gonna get on my
Actually, I'm going to say this is actually in the back in your sanctuary where like the radio station is.
Okay.
It's like just a trucker radio.
Yeah. Home base. Can you hear me?
Read you loud and clear. Did you secure the target?
We secured the target. Can you come pick this up? Bring gas.
Certainly, right away. You see a portal open up in front of you, and 10 guys in suits just immediately drop down in front of you and land in like a superhero pose. One guy unfolds a similar like kind of hard light magic to what Jonk had, but it's like a large cage almost that he just kind of like flips out from the bottom of his hand and immediately enwraps the dragon inside. And one who was talking to you on the radio, his name is Dr. Q. And
Dr. Q.
he rolls up to you and says, "Good work. We'll get this back to England as soon as we can. About those summer camp kids, though," and he looks over and he says, "Look, this is going to take even more resources than we initially allocated to you guys. You guys are on thin ice at the organization. You are on thin ice. Do you understand me?"
I smooth out my tailored suit and I look at him. Dr. Q, I mean, what do you want us to do? It's a giant dragon.
I mean, I'm just glad that no one got hurt more than was necessary.
And I go, I can tell you what's hurt is my wallet, and I'm filling up the gas tank. Just as a joke.
Dr. V, will you please fill up the gas tank? And another guy in a suit comes over and with a jerry can and starts filling up your gas tank. And he says, I'm astonished no one else got hurt. And he says, Dr. F, can you please deal with these summer camp kids? Can you give them the mind wipe as we usually do? And he says, yes, certainly. And he begins casting a sort of large arcane symbol that is hovering directly over the summer camp. And you can see it pulling like almost memory, like directly out of these summer camp kids who are just sort of standing there completely zombified, drooling with a blank stare on their faces. They have this particular part of their memory wiped out and then replaced with a successful game of capture the flag.
That's humane.
Yeah. He says, listen, you guys are on thin ice. There's only one way that you can make this up to the boss. Okay? We have heard reports of a meteor shower unlike anything we've seen before on the other side of the Smoky Hills. And you look and he gestures up this large mountain pass that is sort of overlooking the forest that is currently filled with like acid splotches and summer camps experiencing mind wipe. And he says, look, go investigate that, bring us back a sample of the meteor, and you will at least live to fight another day, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I know what you mean. I get you.
I do love living.
Actually pulls out like another sort of small device from his pocket and throws it down, and almost like a bad movie set, but like in a way that seems completely real. It just fills in the forest of where it used to be. And if you sort of squint, you can see it kind of flicker a little bit. Like it's clearly some sort of magic technology. But for the most part, anyone that comes by this road is not going to see the cleanup that is happening.
And there's a blinking sign that says nothing to see here.
Exactly, yeah. Move along. And he rips it off with some police tape. What do you do?
I'm just trying to figure out my voice again. Let's have a play. Okay.
You have a mission to go investigate a.
They left already, or are they still there?
They're still there, but they have sort of disappeared behind this curtain, as it were. They can still hear you. They still know that you're there. You know, they're still there, but they're currently working on their job.
Do we have enough snacks for this road trip?
Oh, right. We got a car. That's pretty smart. I think we need some cereal.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't checked the back lately, and it was kind of a bumpy ride. So, Pierce, what's our road trip snack situation?
The Raisin Bran is everywhere. Jan, you have to start learning how to drive fast but stable. We've talked about this.
I think it was pretty good. You see those potholes in this dirt road?
I thought it was great.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? I say we top off and get going and maybe stop for snacks on the way.
All right. You put the keys in the ignition. You do a quick small U-turn and you peel off down the road again, bumping your way along. As you sort of start going up over the mountain pass, it starts getting a little bit colder, though the wheels slip a little bit, but you maintain control and sort of reduce your speed. And
hell yeah.
you get a little bit over, you eventually crest over the top of this mountain pass where you have entered sort of like the highlands of this Pacific Northwest region. In the top of these highlands, it's getting kind of hard to see. It's like you're in elevation, there's fog. It's like it starts to, you reduce your speed a little bit. And as you go through the fog, you see a sign that says, "Welcome to Newfoundland."
Oh my God.
Excellent.
It's a standard green highway sign.
I turn on my fog lights and I make a point of being like, yeah, if you put your brights on, it's actually, you can blind yourself in the fog.
I never knew that. I always drive with my brights on, even when every night in the city.
And that's how you lost all those damn teeth.
I don't think so. I think I lost the teeth because I was just born. As the great Lady Gaga once said, I was born this way, you know?
Hey, I'm going to pull over at this gas station and check out their snack situation.
So you pull over at the gas station. You also know that this is like not quite where you're supposed to be in terms of investigating the meteors, but you're like getting to be in the right region. You did say it was over the mountain pass, but like you're clearly at the peak and you're like about to start cresting down. You pull over at the gas station and the gas station is empty.
I look over at Pierce and I go, I came in this world, Gums. I'm going out in this world with Gums.
How my apprentice ever looked at you right, I'll never know.
Now, the strange thing is that the gas station is empty. However, like the pumps are still lit up and there's still a light on inside, but you can't see anyone.
Oh, they must be on break. I'm going to go inside. Can you start filling up the tank?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm paying cash. I feel like the rates here are getting a little silly these days. So I want to walk in with a crisp 20.
I'm going to walk with her as well. I'm going to walk in with them as well.
Okay. You walk in with each other and you go inside and you hear a little ding ding as you walk in, and it is a standard gas station. There's a wall in the back of crisp cold drinks. There's you got your various jerkies, you got your crunchums, you got like overpriced first aid stuff,
Tiny cereal boxes
that you cut the little middle down and then pour the milk inside. There's gum at the front, but you can't see anyone.
I grab a couple little bowls of the Raisin Bran and maybe some Monster energy drinks for monster hunting.
Sure.
I'm going to go up to the counter and be like, hey, hello.
You wait for 10, 15 minutes. No one comes by.
Wow, they must have just got on break. And so I put the 20 on the counter and I take the snacks and I go out. And I go, it's weird. They're still on their break. But I got some snacks and some road trip monster hunting juice. And
Jonk, what are you doing in the gas station?
I stayed with the car.
Can I do one of my skills?
Sure. Which one?
Third eye. When you read a bad situation, you can open up your third eye for a moment to take extra information.
Sure, yeah. Read a bad situation. So roll plus sharp. So 2d6 plus sharp.
That's cocked. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice. So you can hold You can hold 4. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? What's the best way to protect the victims? You can ask 4 of these. What are you doing in this situation to read the bad situation?
Oh, okay. I'm still confused about this game, but I think I'm picking up. So what am I?
So describe to me what you're doing inside this. What is Jonk doing inside this gas station?
While I'm standing there at the counter just looking around.
As for the 10 minutes that she's looking around, Jonk is going to be going up and down and be like, why is there, and kind of mumbling to myself, why is nobody here? I just got a weird inkling in my tooth.
Sure.
And I gotta kind of like walk towards the freezer section to kind of see if I can find any like door, like, you know how like some gas stations have like a alcoholic section in the back that's like through.
Yeah.
I want to see if there's any like secret back door kind of thing.
You find a back office that is completely unlocked.
I just walk right in.
You walk in and you start looking around office. And so choose 4 of those questions under read a bad situation. Should be on that first list there, bottom right-hand corner.
Are there any dangers that we haven't noticed? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the biggest threat?
Okay, so no, there are no dangers you have not noticed. You have noticed all the danger that is there. What is most vulnerable to me? What is most vulnerable to you is that there's no... How do I say this? Maybe what I'll say is that the gas station itself, there's no one there, and so I'll just say the gas station is ready for ransacking. What was your third question?
What's the biggest threat?
The fog.
Okay.
Yeah. This fog makes you feel like you're in a maze almost.
Okay. I come walking out. Everybody!
Oh, sorry. You had one more question if you wanted to. Yeah. Because I think your third eye lets you add, like, pick another one if you succeed.
Are there any... There are no dangers. What's the best way out of the fog?
Into the fog.
Into the fog. What's the best way into the fog?
To drive further into the fog.
Oh, okay. That's my question.
Okay.
All right, I come out of the room and I go, everybody, we can take as much Raisin Bran as we want.
As much?
As much as we want.
I only had a 20.
That's okay. They said it was for free. The guy in the back.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, say while you were looking through the back, you saw the signs that someone had left quickly. Okay. Yeah, like all the important things that, like a gas station manager, like the keys, the codes to the fuel pump, like the entire place was left unlocked as if he left so quickly.
Everybody, they just left.
They just left?
They just left. And they said, listen here. They said, Jonk, you can have all the Raisin Bran. They said that. Yep, don't question it. And we can take everything.
Well, that is very thoughtful.
I thought it was very thoughtful as well. And
Jonk, I'm looking at you, and that gold tooth is wiggling like when you lie. Jonk, what's really going on?
I pat the guy on the back, and I said, for sure, I'll take all your Raisin Bran. Okay, you got me. Nobody's here. I really want that Raisin Bran, and I think we can just take it.
Raisin Bran is the best.
Yeah, when I went back there, it looked like everybody kind of ran in a hurry. It was weird. There was a bunch of money and everything, but like keys were gone. I burnt the money. I was cold, and now we have to take the Raisin Bran, and we just have to go, and we just gotta drive. We gotta go and just drive. We gotta go.
Yeah, we do gotta. We should probably get back on the road here pretty soon. You know, we got a mission to accomplish.
Mm-hmm. All right, you guys get back on the road, and you pass through the rest of town. You see a hardware store. I'm
in the Haven pouring over my book.
Sure, yeah. You see a hardware store. You see a diner. You see almost no signs of life. Almost none. You see that there's a couple of lights on in the town, but as soon as you drive in, those lights go out immediately. As soon as you like get within earshot of them, you pass through the rest of town and you are further on your way into the fog. It's still pretty foggy. It's like slow progress. Yes.
I am looking out the back window of the van. I see nobody. And I go, something just doesn't sit right. Why is there no one here?
Roll investigate a mystery.
Oh, can I do one more thing first? Oh, I think I forgot to tell you that the fog is dangerous.
Do we need a pause for Paige to
live?
yeah. Get it all out. Go full volume.
We believe in you.
I tried to discreetly crunch and then I inhaled all my spit.
Snacking is dangerous.
I think I forgot to tell you about this earlier, but the fog is dangerous.
Jonk, we talked about this. You need to tell me these things ahead of time.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you can't put your brights on.
Jan, I don't think that's what he's talking about.
You don't think so?
No. Jan, you're my best apprentice.
Okay, roll investigate a mystery.
Okay, I am going to pour over my books looking for fog-related stuff. And I got plus sharp 9.
On a 7 to 9, hold 1. You can ask one of the following questions. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What is being concealed here?
What is being concealed here?
What is being concealed here is that you can't see far into the fog, but you can't see far into the fog, but you can see that there are tracks, some sort of like goop on the ground as you leave the town. There is goop. And goop and footprints, I will say. So there are people in the town. The town they're concealing the people that are actually living there. Mm-hmm. But you have places to be. And so you continue into the fog, further into the fog, making slow pace. You're going far under the speed limit because you can't see how far you are in front of you.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous to speed.
And you continue on your way for about 20, 30 minutes. You feel almost like, feels kind of like when you're underwater in the dark and you kind of feel kind of sick and woozy because you don't know which way is up. And then you keep going. And you keep going. And you slowly see another highway sign in the distance. And you get a little bit closer, and it says, "Welcome to Newfoundland."
This is weird, because I could have sworn that we were in Newfoundland. Like, we've seen the sign before, right?
We have seen the sign. We have seen the sign before. Sorry, I got something in my throat. I don't know how Trogrim does this for so. Oh, there we go. I got it back. I think we have seen this sign before. Have we thought about using our brights as we drive through the town?
Well, that's so dangerous. I must have taken the wrong turn somewhere, even though maybe I didn't take a right turn, because I just kept going straight. Maybe I should have taken a turn somewhere. Does anyone have the maps, phone app?
I pull out 10 maps from the back. I have maps for everything. Which one do you need?
Newfoundland, please.
I'm pouring over the maps.
I'm gonna stop for a second though. I just gotta pull over here because I feel like if I keep going straight again.
You pull over at the gas station, the same one that you saw before.
The same gas station?
I walk back in.
It looks very similar. You walk back in, it's missing the Raisin Bran, and the $20 bill is still lying on the counter as crisp as when you left it. Wait, did you burn the $20 bill?
No, just the money in the back.
Just the money in the back. Okay, yeah. But the $20. Yeah,
what a monster!
The smell of burnt money wafts through the gas station.
Mom.
Don't explain it. Just keep going.
I step out to stretch my legs, and I go into the store with them this time.
Wait, I'm looking at maps. I'm not going in.
You're not going in?
No, I'm going to look at the maps and try and figure out.
Do you want that 20? It's just in there. It's up for grabs. You can have it. I will burn it.
I take the 20.
All right, cool. Is there any more Raisin Bran?
No, you've looted the place.
Oh, man. What about Kraft cheese?
There is not craft cheese. However, as you are currently looking through the store for a second time, you hear a slurping, slopping sound outside the gas station.
I am poring over the map of Newfoundland. I'm like, oh, these things are so small now. So I don't think I noticed.
Nope.
Do I hear this noise?
Yes, you all hear it.
I whisper at Jonk. 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 Whispering to you, Jonk.
Oh, yeah.
Don't yell, Jonk.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Did you hear that?
Did I hear it?
I think something's here.
It kind of sounded like that.
Yes, it did. Felt exactly like that. Good Foley work.
Okay, I have a plan.
What's the plan, Jonk?
Is there a Slurpee machine?
There is a Slurpee machine in the back, yes.
All right, here's the plan. We're going to cover you in Slurpee, and you're going to walk out there just drenched in Slurpee.
You want to make me the bait again?
And, well, no, you're not going to be the bait. You're going to become its friend, and I'm going to be right behind you, and I'm going to be like, making the noise, and we're going to try to get them. What is it? I don't know what we're doing. Is it dangerous?
As you're talking, are you all in the gas station right now?
No, Jan's still in the van.
Jan, you're in the van.
Yeah.
The van begins to rock and shake as if something is attacking it. You guys hear the van, or I should say, Pierce and Jonk, you hear the van, hear like the suspension like creaking and crunching. But you can't see what's happening because the fog is so thick that you can't see from the front of the store to the pumps. You can sort of make out like the glow of the screen of the pumps. Jan, what do? You look through your mirrors and you can only see sort of like a fleshy mass.
I go, oh, for God's sakes. And then I roll down the window and I pull out my handgun and I shoot at the mass.
Roll kick some ass. Roll plus tough.
Just open fire?
That's a 7.
Okay, on a 7+, you and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. The amount of harm is based on established dangers in the game. So you are going to take 1 point of harm.
Okay.
And this thing is also going to take 1 point of harm.
It says for the handgun, 2 harm plus close, loud reload.
So that means that to use the gun, you have to be close, which you are. It's loud, so it attracts attention. And after 6 shots, you have to reload it, and that's going to take some time.
What does the 2 harm mean?
2 harm means that it does 2 harm to the thing that you're shooting at if you successfully hit it.
Okay.
And so that takes 2 harm. As you lean out the window and you shoot at this thing, it's like it's dark. You can't really make out what it is, but it is a mass of fleshy, disgusting creature. You make out a couple of limbs almost, and there's a distinct like swampy odor to it. And you hit it and it lets out this awful hissing noise, like hissing, screeching, as if there's like the sound of 1,000, not 1,000, but like a couple of people, almost a couple of, whatever you call it, things that hiss, a couple of geese is what it sounds like. Yeah.
Terrifying.
And it lets go of the van and jumps on top of the gas station. Meanwhile, Jonk and Pierce, you guys hear this thunderous kaboom as it like lands on top, and there's like dust that comes out of the ceiling tiles. While that's happening, Jan, they are leaning out the side of the van, and as you're looking up at this thing, a big glob of almost like not quite the acid that the dragon was spitting, but a similar level of like corrosive substance engulfs your hand, and you take 1 harm. That's what we previously established. Pierce and Jonk, you hear this thunderous thing and you see that something has happened to Jan. What do you do?
Did somebody just shoot a gun? I hear a gunshot.
My apprentice! Jonk, it's time to light this thing on fire.
You're right. We need you to go get the Slurpee.
Jonk, forget the Slurpee. Forget the Slurpee. You have fire. Use it.
We
You're hopeless.
we still don't know if it's bad.
I step outside. How close am I to it? It's on the
roof and is currently fleeing.
I am going to shoot it with my magnum.
Okay. Roll kick some ass.
All right. Let's see.
So roll plus tough.
Wow. You're gonna love this. So Snake Eyes -1.
Oh,
so
dang.
a 1.
So mark experience. The monster it seems like it doesn't, like you don't see it look at you, but it senses you and throws another like glob of goo your direction, and it catches like your pant leg, and it like singes through your clothes, and you take 1 harm.
This is Italian.
Everybody stop. We don't even know it's a bad car. It's just some goop. Have you guys never seen goop before? God, you guys need to go to the dump more often.
So that, and then this sorry, go ahead.
I walk out and I look at it and I go, I'm going to try to talk to you in your language.
Frankie, it's not goop. It's a fleshy monster. It spits goop.
Before you get a chance to do that, the monster takes off into the night. It jumps off the roof and moves faster than you think a massive flesh like this possibly could, and it moves it towards into the town. Meanwhile, coming from that direction, you see the monster fade into the fog, and you see a person exit, saying, "What the hell are you?" She's like whisper shouting at you, like, "What are you doing? Do you have a gun? What's the matter with you?"
Shoot her! Why aren't you shooting her?
A woman dressed in a waitress's outfit. She's wearing like an apron. That's what I'm looking for. God, she's wearing an apron and a name tag.
Waitress gown is what we'll call aprons from now on. Actually,
It works.
A name tag, and she's also armed. She has a shotgun with her.
Guys, you got to shoot her before she shoots us.
Who are you? And she points the gun at you guys and says, Who are you? You one of them demons?
I'm gonna step out of the car at this point.
I'm pointing my gun at her.
Yeah, I'm also pointing my gun at her, and I go, "Who are you?"
I point my finger at all of them and be like, it looks like we're in a Mexican stand. I point my finger at Jan and Pierce, and I go, looks like we're at a Mexican standoff.
She says, Me? Mm-hmm. I'm one of the people that's been hunted by that fucking thing that you just angered. My name's, you see this? She holds up her nameplate. Name's Nichelle.
I squint and I go, "I can't really see that from here, but I'm Jan. Nice to meet you. We're monster hunters."
Monster hunters?
I still have my gun pointed
You're
at her.
still an apprentice, Jan.
Yeah, fucking right, you're monster hunters. And she cocks her gun and says, How did you get here? Where did you come from? When are you going to leave? What do you know about that thing?
Okay. That thing, I'm like pretty sure is like made out of Slurpee. And we need to cover that man Pierce in Slurpee and have him seduce it.
That's exactly right. We, my gun is still trained on Nichelle.
My gun's still on Pierce.
And I go, exactly what Jonk said. We're monster hunters. We're from East Vashon. We just came in this van here. I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty self-explanatory. I don't know how else we came. There's like one van. Pulled over for some snacks, kept going for a fill up, and then we ended up kind of in this like time loop thing. Came back to here, pulled over, and that monster was here. And then it was really trying to do some damage on that van here, and I take great pride in this, so I shot at it.
She says, oddly enough, she believes you and lowers her gun.
I shoot her. I'm just kidding. Okay. Sorry, I'm not Anne.
And she still like has it up sort of, but like is starting to believe you and says, "You mentioned time loop. That's about damn right. Everyone in this town has tried to leave, only to come back to that damn welcome sign."
Well, that's reassuring. I thought I was taking some not wrong turns. You know what I'm saying?
I thought we needed to keep the brights on.
I move my gun over to Jonk. So we stay in a Mexican standoff.
Whoa. My gun was fake, sir. Put that thing away.
Quit trying to get me in the Slurpee.
I'm going to talk to Nichelle again, still not putting the gun down. And I go, "So Nichelle, where are you from?"
I'm from here.
From Newfoundland?
I am a Newfoundlander.
Newfoundland. Now, that's a fun way.
We are
that's
a
fun way to say it.
Newfoundlander. We are a proud people, and we haven't seen new people come in for about 5 years now. We've been living like this for who knows how long. And she starts to she looks wistfully into the fog as she says, who knows how long.
5 years.
It's been 5 years.
That's how long.
That's a pretty good guess, Jonk.
Yeah, right. It's been 5 years.
I know how long.
She points her gun back at you. You making fun of me?
It's just a little riffraff, you know what I'm saying?
She bam, shoots her gun in the air and says, I am not fucking around.
He said it, and I point over. I point to Pierce.
I go, whoa.
The guy doesn't like
let's
crab
calm
cheese.
down.
Hey, let's chill here a little bit, and I'm gonna. I guess what a small handgun is already loaded. I'm assuming it's a 6-shot or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna reload that.
No.
Yeah, but she needs to reload that. No, she has a 2. Never mind.
Yeah.
My question, and the better question, and the question we should all be asking, is where are you getting your food and supplies from? Is there any more Raisin Bran in the town?
We had a nuclear stockpile, thankfully, and so we've been surviving off of rations. Things are getting low. It's getting a little bit desperate in town. I'm sorry for the rash outburst. I'm sorry for for firing off the gun. And I wasn't thinking.
Ma'am, it's okay. Anyone in your position would have shot him. Yeah. So the fact that you didn't and showed self-control, we appreciate greatly.
I think you're the one that would have been shot.
While this is happening, you look around at the van, and the van is crunched. The back half of the van, your Haven is still mostly intact, but like the rear axle has like fallen like off of the van. The van is not drivable right now.
I'm gonna back away with my gun still trained on Nichelle, and just glance at the van, put my other hand on my hip, go, shake my head disapprovingly, and go, this looks pretty beat up, guys. I don't know if we can keep going like this, fellas. We gotta fix this.
I have a workshop in my Haven where I can repair building and repairing guns, cars, and other gadgets. You picked this, by the way.
I did. However, I will say that this is a rear axle, and so you're going to need some sort of shop to be able to use you have the tools, you just need a way to use it.
All right, I'm going to try to pick up the car so he can fix it. I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay.
Before you do that, Jonk, I'm going to go in, and I'm going to go into my drawers, and I'm going to go ahead and take out brand new pants. And then I'm going to go into the store and change real quick.
While you make your way back to the car, Nichelle says, whoa, not so fast. Not so fast. And raises her gun again at you and says, look, you said you're monster hunters. Well,
Yeah, we are.
this town is being plagued by a monster for who knows how long.
Was it that one? Can I guess about 5 years?
About 5 years, you guess right.
I give Jan a high five.
Roll manipulate someone.
What?
Yeah. For a high five? For a high five. She is a person in distress, and you are approaching her with a fast...
Jan.
Me.
Oh, Jan. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant Michelle. No.
I was like,
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, for guessing
Yeah,
5 years.
Yeah, keeping my gun trained on Nichelle, I'll give you a high five with the other hand.
And she says, look, you're in dire straits. That gas station is... Sure, it might be full now, but that's only because we've kept it that way. The monster...
Sorry. The idea that they're getting plagued by a monster, that they have a nuclear stockpile, and they're like, we've made sure to stock the gas station, though.
That's right. I made an inconsistency in my story.
No, I really like, life is inconsistent, right? There we go.
Did you need the money?
No, we did not need the money. We haven't had a use for money for who knows how long.
5 years.
She says, here's the thing. Here's the weird thing about this gas station. Is that despite the fact that it's stocked, you never feel full after you eat it. There's something about the time loop in this town that restocks this gas station with food that turns to ash in your mouth.
No way. I run in to see if the money's still there that I burnt.
The money's back. Infinite money glitch.
I love this town. I go, all right, Nichelle. It sounds like you guys need some support here. We could probably use your support, and it sounds like this monster might be the reason for the time loop here, since you've been saying it's roughly, who knows how long, maybe 5 years since this thing showed up, and you've been living in this time loop for who knows how long, maybe 5 years or so. So how about this? Are you the only one here who's got a shotgun?
I am not. We have a town of survivors that are all centered on the diner.
That's outstanding. That's really great. That's marvelous. If you help us fix our car, I think that you introduce us to your buddies, and we formulate a plan to get rid of this monster for you, because we also have a mission to complete. And unfortunately, I don't think we have 5 years to complete it.
Roll manipulate someone.
Seven plus 2, 9.
They'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it.
I do a little dance. I do the Cotton Eye Joe without music. Just one round.
You seem about as crazy as I am. And you shoulder the weapon. She shoulders her weapon and says, come on, we got to get out of here before that thing comes back.
Wait just 1 second. Nothing is going to happen until I change these pants. And then I go in, change, come back out.
Sure.
Yeah.
The pants turn to ash.
No!
These were still Italian also.
Now I'm just kidding. Your pants are intact.
I also want to check the Raisin Bran as we're walking. The Raisin Bran to see if it also turns to ash.
It does. As you get further and further away from the gas station, there's almost like a blip in reality. And it doesn't necessarily turn to ash per se, but it starts to just like clip and like almost like a bad video game. Like it just phases out of your hands.
I look at the other two and I go, no!
I go, this is pretty terrible. Also terrible that we had to leave the van back there.
Yeah, it is.
I can't believe we didn't just try and push it.
As you make your way through this town, you can't push it. The rear axle is off. It's done.
Well, we could try though.
You could try.
We were about to fix it and then we just left.
Well, no, we needed
You
a shop.
determined that you needed a shop. You didn't quite have the right tools.
What was it? What part of the shop did we need to pick it up so that we get underneath it?
Yeah, you need a lift.
Yeah. Well, so I can.
Did you just ask him that in your...
One of my spells is that I can do something that is beyond human limitations,
Okay, roll plus weird.
and I wanted to try to pick up the car so that we could fix it underneath. Six.
That is a miss. Mark experience. Mark experience on your sheet. That is a miss. And you make it worse. You try to pick it up and you lift it up, but you try to pick it up by the axle and the whole fucking like bottom of the car comes off.
I put both hands on my hips now and I shake my head.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. Are we off again?
Like the bot. I would say like the body of the van detaches from the chassis.
I go, well, cheese and crackers. Let's go.
When he does that, I dive into the back of the shop and I quickly look for a book titled Fogs and Monstrous Beings.
Wonderful.
And I take it with me.
Great. As you make your way through the town, you see more of the elements of the town that like don't quite turn to ash, but they are sort of like blipping out of existence and then sort of fade away in like small particles. You see a mailbox that just kind of like clips and then fades, and then just a bunch of mail is just on the street blowing through the wind. You see like a light post that flickers between like a modern light post and like a gas lamp almost, and it flickers away and sort of phases between these two realities almost. And then you see a sewer grate flicker between what you would currently know as a conventional manhole, and then like it flickers into like a well, like an old style well, and then flickers back to the manhole. And meanwhile it all sort of disappears like ash almost. And you look back towards the gas station itself, and the whole thing like flickers and then comes back. And so this entire town is just filled with these like objects that are halfway between two different realities. And you slowly come to the Screeching Weasel Diner. It's an old style 50s diner in like big neon sign with the lights inside are turned off, but the neon sign is still visible through the fog. Nichelle turns to you and says, okay, shh. Seems to be very interested in the diner. We're safe once we're inside, but it's going to be difficult getting in. And as you walk as you get closer to the diner, you hear that same slurping sound as you get closer and closer. Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
There you go.
Something like that.
Are you just making that noise as we're going up?
No, you hear that
Oh, okay.
in reality.
I take out my Magnum.
Nichelle whirls around with her gun and looks at the rooftops and says, we got to hurry up. It's close. You were about 3 blocks away from the sign through the fog, and you start to hustle.
Yeah, we're hustling quietly.
I'm skipping.
Quietly.
I'm looking at the glitches, and I have the book open with one hand, and I have my Magnum in the other, and I'm trying to flip the pages as I run, and I'm like, weird fog glitch, and I close the book and I continue running.
On the top of a building on the other side of the street, you see a sign that says,
Wizards and mages.
no, hang on. You see a sign that says a Blackthorn's hardware store. And perched on top of that sign, you see in the same fleshy mass that you can just barely make out through the fog. And you smell that same like acrid, gross swamp scent that you saw earlier. And it jumps down from the top of this sign and lands with a splat. And it is between you and the diner. You can see that the being obscures the neon sign just a little bit.
I walk forward and I go, "Why are you doing this?" And I cast I use magic.
Okay.
I go, why are you doing? I never played. Why are you doing this? And I cast. And I use my magic. I like flick my light. I'm like, why are you doing this?
I'm going to jump into an alley, try to get out of eyesight.
Okay.
9.
Okay, on a 7 to 9, it worked imperfectly. Choose your effect and choose a glitch.
The effect is going to be communicate with something that you do not share a language with, and the glitch is the effect is weakened.
Okay, you get one word. You get to ask 3 questions to this thing, whatever you like. It will respond in 1-word answers only.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to get you to roll investigate a mystery on top of this.
Okay.
I'm going to give you. This is going to give you +1 towards investigate a mystery. So roll plus sharp.
Plus charm?
Sharp.
6.
Plus sharp?
3, 4, 5 plus 1. For
Okay,
sharp,
and,
yeah.
and I'm giving you another +1 from your use magic because you get to communicate with this thing. Yeah, I'm going to retcon that. You get to ask 1 question from the investigate a mystery list.
I am going to check the back of the book and go to it can't be the appendix, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go to the appendix and I'm gonna start looking for the F for flesh monster.
I'm going to get you to roll act under pressure to dive out of the way behind one of the glitching mailboxes.
Okay.
That's plus cool.
Yeah. 9.
Okay, on a 7 to 9, I'm going to give you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay. You can get out of the way of danger, but you are going to, I'm going to say that you do it, you jump behind this mailbox, but you drop and fumble your book on the way, and it is currently flipped open, sitting to the F section of your fogs and other
Monstrous.
Yeah.
Fogs and monstrous beings.
fogs and monstrous beings, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Frankie, what is your question?
What happened here?
You hear this thing's like, you can't quite get a language out of it, but you get the sense that it says homesick.
You get its vibe.
That is the word that comes to you in your mind. It comes forward, and it finally, under the light of one of these flickering lamps, you see that the light shines on its face with like the bright of like an LED, and then flickers to the gas lamp, so it's a little bit warmer, and then back to the LED and a little bit warmer, and it shines across the flesh of this creature's face. And it is a four-legged creature with the main mass of it kind of sits on its ass like a frog with four legs. And then as you get sort of closer towards its head, there is nothing but a maw of like toothed tendrils. And there is that same goo that is just like leaking from its tendrils, making small pools on the concrete underneath. And it is almost like the fog is everywhere, and it's not necessarily centered on this thing, but like the thing is off-gassing something that is currently mixing with the fog.
Jonk understands it's like homesick, how it feels, and he's slowly walking forward, palm down and going, it's okay, palm up, my bad. It's okay, little fella.
It screams at you.
Okay.
And
then I kind of like jump back a little bit. I'm like, whoa.
And it, with five like mighty boom, 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 it leaves small like imprints in the concrete. It's that heavy, and it engulfs and eats Nichelle. You see her scream and fire. She fires a round into this thing, and it just kind of grazes the side of it, and it screeches back, and you see like a gross amount of like that goo just kind of fling out of it, and it full on like, I don't know, sandworm style, like just grabs her, tilts her up, and starts like slowly like gulping and digesting her down. And you see she's kicking her legs and screaming. You hear like this, like muffled screams, and it starts to like slowly eat her body like one more piece at a time. And you hear more shotgun blasts go off inside this thing, but it doesn't even recognize it. Like you see a small glow of the muzzle flash inside its stomach. It doesn't phase it at all, and it continues to eat and consume. And what are you guys doing while it is consuming Nichelle?
I'm putting my hand in my mouth and I go, "What did you tell it?"
My eyes are wide and I'm jumping for the book.
I'm just making it. I'm gonna make a sprint for the diner.
I walk up to I go.
Do you have a thing for that on your move list?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if this would be it, but it's like whenever I charge into immediate danger, I can hold 2.
Yeah, that counts.
Oh hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What is can you read the whole thing for me?
Yeah. Whenever you charge into immediate danger without hedging your bets, hold 2. You may spend your hold to inflict +1 harm, reduce someone's harm suffered by 1, or take +2 forward on an act under pressure roll.
Okay, yeah. So you're trying to sort of deke this thing out, and you're making your way for the diner?
Yep.
Okay, roll act under pressure, and you get to have +2 towards that. If you choose. So plus cool.
That's a 2 + 1 + 0, so.
A 2 + 1 is 3 +... Yeah, okay. So mark experience. And as you try to make your way towards the thing, it sees you and kicks you, and kaboof, you are thrown across the street into Shatner's hardware store. Unless one of you two want to do something.
I want to do one more thing too.
Okay.
Jonk is going to get weird with it.
Okay.
And you see him grab his lighter, take his hand, and run his hand through the wick, and it starts spinning. You just hear that, and I cast the spell.
So I think you roll to use magic and then see what you did. Yeah.
For magic. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. So you get an effect and a glitch.
For the man with the plan, spend the hold where you need to be prepared and ready. Can I spend 1 to pick up that book and to take out my sword?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take control of the scene for a couple moments is how I interpret that.
Okay. So I kind of swan dive into a roll, pick up the book,
Yep.
strap it to this cover that I have for it, where like a sleeve, because yes, I am a bookworm.
Of course.
And then out of my back sleeve, I pull out my sword and I start to run with it in hand, running to where my apprentice went.
Okay, I'm gonna get you to roll protect. Actually, let's resolve Frankie's magic roll first, and then I'll get to you.
Bar a place or portal to a specific person or a type of creature. So
Okay.
I want to put the portal in his belly so and next to me so that she can come out.
Okay, what's your glitch?
It has a problematic side effect.
Only half her body comes out.
And Michelle can no longer speak English. She asks a little green man every time she wants to take a drink. She can only ask him questions.
She's like the British woman that got hit in the head and all of a sudden had a Chinese accent for no reason.
I don't know. That could get Pat in trouble.
We are not doing that on this show. What's going to happen, Frankie, is that, the portal opens up. You see like a blue glow inside the belly of this thing. And then you see another, I'll make it orange portal outside next to you. What comes out is a half-digested corpse with a shot with what is a sawed-off shotgun, not from Saw, but from like stomach acid. And as the half-digested, bottom half torso of Nichelle exits this portal, you see the keys to the diner roll out of her pocket as well. Hey folks, thanks again for listening. If you like what you heard, please leave us a 5-star review, or even better, tell a friend. Give us a follow on TikTok, Instagram, or X, and as always, thank you for being a part of the society.
Sun on my face.